Hello, it's Mark here, founder of Make Him Yours and creator of Find Love in 5 Steps. Today I want to do a slightly different video for you. As opposed to talking about a specific topic, I want to discuss with you the larger concept of how to find love. What I'm going to do is show you the 5-step process that I work through when a woman comes to me wanting to find the one, the person for her. Stay tuned. Hello and welcome again. So today we are discussing the broader topic of how to find love. So I thought what I'd do today is give you a real insight into what happens when someone comes to me, when a woman comes to me and tells me they want help, that they've decided, they've made the decision to meet someone and find love in their life. So if you were to come to me tomorrow and say, Mark, I'm tired of users and meeting the wrong guys. I want to meet someone right. I want your help. First thing I do is say, right. The first step of my system is to find love with the most important person, and that's you. So if you want to build a great love life, then the first step in doing that is just to build a great life. One that you love and that you walk around proud to be in every day and proud to have created. I believe that for me, as a dating coach, the best thing I could do for you is to help you become the best version of yourself. You know, dating coaches these days are happy to go say this to him, text him that, which is cool and can be useful. But a real change in the quality of what you attract requires a real change in you. For example, one of my favorite things to help clients work on when they come to me is something I call their love blueprint. All of us have a subconscious blueprint of what we've been kind of coded to attract. Kind of like an autopilot for love. But, you know, some women, perhaps even yourself, they attract the wrong types of guys consistently. And it's always the same. So whether it's, you know, and the needy type guy, or whether it's the angry guy or a victim-minded guy, whatever it is, there's a plethora of possibilities, but it's always the same. Now, if that's you, it's not your fault. It's because your love blueprint is leading you towards those wrong guys. So by becoming aware of your own blueprint and then going through a process that I've designed to change that blueprint, I help women, perhaps such as yourself, recode their own blueprints so they can automatically move towards the kind of men that they want. It's like correcting their autopilot. You know, this along with working on your own goals and moving past previous heartbreaks and stuff like that puts a client forward leaps and bounds in their chances of finding love. The next thing I'd do with you would be to take you through the key understandings of men. I mean, if you're going to date men, it makes sense to understand them and who they are, right? For example, many women I've found underestimate how anxious men can be in dating. So things men fear. You know, men are nervous or insecure about a lot of things, and if you forget that, you might get problems such as, say, men never approaching you or men not wanting to commit to you. Now, personally, I'm always looking to learn more about women, both for my own relationships and for my coaching. So it makes sense for me to coach women who come to me on how men work and the inner workings of the male mind. Once a client's worked on themselves and they've improved their understandings of men, the next thing is to get them out there and meet and flirt with a lot of guys. And this is the next thing I'd recommend for you once you've really focused on yourself. When I talk to new women who come to me, one of the first questions I like to ask is, how many new eligible guys do you meet each week? Straight up, give me numbers. You know, many of them tell me 0 or just 1. And so I ask this woman, okay, if your guy, your Mr. Right, is a 1 in 1,000, how many weeks is it going to take you to meet that guy if you're only meeting one guy each week? Now, obviously that's a lot, right? So whether it's live, online, on the phone, meeting and flirting with men, it's just like any other skill. You want to practice it every opportunity you get. If you want to find love, I say, don't leave it to chance. If it was a promotion you wanted, you'd work hard. If it was a sport, you'd practice hard. So if it's a relationship, a great relationship that you want to get out there and flirt hard. Now, the 4th step when someone comes to me, and this is something I've personally done in my own life, is to work on your dating skills. So that's everything from the first date with a guy right through to getting into an exclusive relationship with him. That's that whole window there. So I run clients who come to me through a variety of dating skills that increase their chances of getting Mr. Right and keeping him once they've met him. A simple example might be how to communicate standards in dating. Now, I think everyone knows that standards are really important and high standards are important, but a lot of people don't necessarily know how to apply them, or perhaps apply them in the wrong way. You know, we all have so much choice these days that we often rule out people too early and for the wrong reasons. And that's an example to how to misapply high standards. The real secret to having high standards, for example, is in not applying them too early. So a guy might not be a visual 10, or he might not make 100K a year. But if he's like a good, loyal, caring guy with a heart of gold, you might miss him if you rule him out. And you don't want to miss guys like that for the wrong reasons. We also talk about, sex in this module and how to ensure a guy respects you no matter when you sleep with him, as well as how to get him to commit once you know that he's really worth it. Both really important topics to have some knowledge on if you want to find love. Finally, the last thing I take clients through are the 5 factors for fulfilling relationships. And these are so important because relationship skills, I think, are so undervalued these days. Examples might be, how do you sexually validate a guy? How do you continue to do that as the relationship goes on? How do you communicate and settle disagreements in a healthy way? And that's basically it. That's how I coach women throughout the entire process to find love. And if you were to come to me personally, that's an outline of how I help coach you to find more love in your life. And look, if that is something that interests you, I'd encourage you, with all my heart, to take action. Unlike society tells us, I truly believe this is an area that deserves our time and effort. So look, if any of this resonates with you, make sure you check out my coaching page. Otherwise, download the manual. The link is in the description. Thank you so much for watching. Look, I hope I get to chat to you personally very soon, and make sure you check out the links in the description and subscribe to the channel.